Hi everyone. So we have the beautiful Antonina and Riva here, and
Okay.
anyone who follows her on Facebook, and if you don't, you should, uh, must have seen some really intriguing, very intelligent posts on quantum marketing in recent months. Now, I'm a marketing specialist. I've done an MBA in marketing and spent 39 years in marketing and strategy. And when I read those
Fantastic.
posts, I said, why didn't I write them? And luckily, we're good friends, so we spoke about it, and we've actually teamed up in some ways. We have done a few master classes on quantum marketing together. But
Mhm.
I'd rather you hear about quantum marketing directly from the horse's mouth. Hey, horse.
Okay. Okay, let's talk quantum marketing. What would you like to know? And thank you for that warm introduction. I have to say, I'm so impressed by your background and the nature of this collaboration. What I find especially valuable is I am able to translate the information that I'm receiving from the quantum field through through your experience, and then it becomes a very tangible outcome-based framework on the next level marketing, I believe. So we're combining both the insights from the quantum field and then overlaying it on your wisdom and background, and it's becoming something completely new and different, but also I believe something that's very needed right now, because I'm seeing and hearing a lot of people being disillusioned with marketing, which I think isn't right per se. It's not marketing that they're disillusioned, it's just that their level of awareness have risen, and therefore the marketing that they need to be using right now just shifted. And that's been my story too. I fell out of love with marketing for a while, but through this process, um, it's relevant, it's timely, and there's an interest that's been redeveloped and reconnected to the marketing as an art that it is, isn't it? It's an art of connecting with customer, communicating with customer, engaging with customers, and really spreading the message. So I'm very excited that we can bring this through to the people who have things and gifts to offer to the world, but are somehow not relating to it through the lens of, let's call it, the 3D marketing.
Yeah, that's an interesting distinction because at casual glance, many people slap the word quantum in front of anything they
True.
do to get attention.
True.
But here we know that not only is energy used at a very high level, but also the principles of quantum mechanics and quantum physics, things like resonance and entanglement and matter and energy and so on. And you also talked about the distinction between 3D and 5D.
Yeah.
And people moving now from 3D to 5D don't resonate with the old ideas anymore.
Yeah.
And the
True.
entire way you look at a problem or a situation energetically has to change.
Yes,
So can you
absolutely.
tell us a bit about how you look at it?
Sure. So first of all, I want to preface and give a little bit of context. So 3D, I would classify 3D consciousness, I would classify as a pain body consciousness. Hence, the solution has always been talk to the problem, address the pain, press those buttons. In other words, focus on where it hurts to motivate the person to find a solution. Anyone who has risen in level of awareness knows that whatever you want to call it, 3D and beyond, that doesn't seem to work. And that's because a person has already worked to a certain level of themselves, and they seem to have exited the pain body. So any kind of marketing material that stimulates that gets resistance. Okay, because the customer, the company, whatever in question, it is no longer the goal to move away from pain. Rather, the goal is to move forward to a solution. So of course, it makes sense that there is a need for a different instrument. There's a need to address, that is not to say the pain is gone altogether, but there may be a need to address things in a different manner. And there is a potential to showcase your product, your service, your theory, however, in a different capacity, one that isn't overly focused on the pain. The person is already aware, the organization, whatever, and they are moving towards something. So just through that, it is clear and obvious that different types of instruments are needed, and why there needs to be an evolution in how we do marketing as a whole. And I think we're starting to highlight an important point, that most of the marketing that we see out there is delivered by people, again, organizations, agencies, that are still in an old, a 3D perceptive state. So they're just giving out content. This is how it was. This is what you need to be doing. And without addressing themselves as the carrier of the solution, i.e. raising their own conscious awareness and looking at, so they're executors, but they're not somebody who is setting the trend, setting the tone, working on themselves as the carrier, as the deliverer, as the bearer of the message. And that's a very interesting thing, and an evolution that I see happening in the field. I myself have, hired marketing and marketers and agencies and coaches and mentors before to give me a solution, only to find that my field would take them apart. They would have to go work on their problem, or even though their solutions seem to have worked for others, when we would start working together, it wouldn't be a match for me. It wouldn't be attracting the types of customers that I want to work with. It wouldn't be the solution. It would be a mismatch between the customer and the solution, or it would be a methodology that I just did not feel aligned with. So most of the collabs would finish with, why is it working for everyone else, but it isn't working for me? Until I realized that a lot of the time that the issue, the challenge, is with the fact of who is doing it and how.
So a lot of people who watch this video are going to be small or so businesses or solopreneurs, and probably mostly women. In my opinion, one of the biggest problems small businesses and solopreneurs face is cash flow or kind of lead generation.
Yeah.
So let's take lead generation, for example. How would you look at lead generation with a new lens of quantum marketing, as opposed to, we all know how lead gen was prior to that. So could you tell us about that?
Sure. So in my opinion, where we're seeing a shift is lead generation isn't separate from you. You are the lens, you are the frequency carrier, you are the potential for the lead generation. So first of all, it's like, stop seeing that process as something separate from you. So anything that you're receiving in your field, anything that you're receiving in your business is a direct reflection of you. So therefore, if you want a different type of customer, first and foremost, you want to address it within yourself. And here I want to preface, because that's what I see men and women do a lot, is to only do it to get a certain outcome. And in my content, I address it as, don't treat your feminine essence and magnetism as some side chick in order to generate a specific result. especially if you are a woman, and especially if you are self-aware, and especially if you are blaming the patriarchy for something like that, because you are doing the same thing. So if you want a higher quality type of business and or client to arrive at your doorstep, first and foremost, you want to go and address it within yourself. How you can be, right, beingness, because the new state of awareness is be, have, do. How you can be a higher quality client to others, and how you can be a higher quality mentor, deliverer, whatever. And it kind of sounds counterintuitive because you're asking, about lead generation specific, but we know that in this field of awareness, you are but a mirror to whatever is happening in your outer reality. So you're still doing the work, but this work is on the micro level within yourself, tweaking that awareness and tweaking your frequency in order to generate a higher quality signal, which would cut through the field of unconscious awareness, through the noise, as we call it, and speak to a specific person. And when I say speak, it's not even through your content, although again, content is important. It's a signal that can reach just across and connect to a specific person and speak to their heart. Everything else is action, and that action arises from the state. So once you generate that state within yourself, within your conscious awareness, once you get clear and lucid and focused, as we both know, it can happen. There are actions to take, as in generating content, maybe putting on ads, but those actions will not take much energy, and those actions will be precise, and they would feed into this idea versus, throwing spaghetti at the wall and just trying different things because so-and-so told you that, or this is the strategy that works for whomever you're seeing online and you're looking up to, for example.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that should be a fairly interesting fodder to chew on for anybody watching this video. Antonina and I have a regular series of marketing webinars that we host, and you could find details of it if you follow us on Facebook, Antonina Andreeva and Dhiren. My particular specialty, besides my extensive background of marketing and strategy, is I channel Kundalini and quantum energy, which is a rare combination. And it elevates your vibration, which then helps you, as Antonina said, to connect to the potential in the field to reach your clients or whatever other goal you may have.
Yeah.
And Antonina is a genius at channeling and clearance and activation. And
Thank you.
I think together, Antonina, we make a pretty formidable combination.
I agree.
Yeah, and if you're a mid-sized business with a 8 or 9 figure revenue, and you'd like to scale it by a factor many multiple, it's worth having a call with either one of us or both of us and explore where we could take you.
Yes, and I want
Any
to.
last words to add about this?
Yes, I was actually going to say that I saw something recently that resonated a whole lot, which is, and that's something I experienced myself, which is we are going to be requiring and needing agents of change on boards, in companies, in businesses at large. So I could even go further than that and say that as somebody who explores money currents in particular, money in the near future, if not now, is going to be responding to your vibration. So if you haven't got the time and impetus to learn these things, which have, combined, have taken us years. You're talking about your 39 years of marketing experience. And I think I'm close to 15 years of, studying, working various principles of the quantum field as well. And then it is absolutely worth hiring somebody who already possesses the knowledge and experience and the wisdom and the know-how to implement this, because it's not going away anywhere. In fact, it's just going to be building up and continuing, and we're going to see a lot of old ways limit us. So yeah, definitely worth exploring and booking a call and seeing how we can assist you in this direction.
There you have it. The ball's in your court now. Thank you. And thank you for watching this. And please like and
Thank you.
subscribe if you thought it was worth it. And thank you, the lovely Anthony.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.